have to talk about the divine feminine and the divine masculine also, but I can only come from the point of the woman side. But no, I have the divine feminine. I have the divine masculine. I never talk to people on private message, by the way. If I'm talking to you on private message, you're most likely in my private life. I mean, I do sometimes, but I can see. I mean, there just any little amount of time, um, babes. People, the illusion of others is a toxic situation. I can't say it any more clearly. One of my favorite conversations between the two idiots that can be found here. There's two different types, by the way. One of them is enlightened. The other one is still searching, unfortunately. They have to go around the world, do everything just to get to now, and finally just come to your diapers, I guess. But the conversation goes. I mean, the question is Maharaji, Ramana Maharaji, I guess is what his name is. Weird guy, by the way. Look at him. He's like, I think that basically you look at it like, what is up with that guy? Look at him. Later, towards the end of his life, he grew a pair of tits. I don't know. It doesn't look like a very, very good role model as far as, I mean, I don't mean to say, but as a man, I mean, physically, and then even as a woman, though. But I think he went towards the feminine side. We talk about what it might look like, if a man was to lean over and he just kind of sat there and and he's holding a stick. I mean, you got to consider the time that these people were trying to get to other people, like Krishnamurti and other people. See, Ramana Maharaji, I think his name is. He lived in a kind of in the 30s and the 20s, I think, and he had some trippy things to say. I mean, astounding. And so one of the things that one person asked him, probably he was sick and tired of it, and he just come up with it. This is basically it, Dave. Why are you guys fussing? And this is very feminine. This is very woman-like. This is very, very straight up. Like, talk about taking the elevator all the way to the top. Did you just take it all the way? What's the truth here? Somebody asked the guru, how should we treat others? And the guru said, there are no others. Now, if you knew the guru, I mean, gosh, by the time you flew 5,000 miles into India to find the guy sitting on a towel in a diaper next to the rock, you're already enlightened. He knows that, and he's just not really going to say much. In fact, why are you clouding up his space? Can you please become that space instead of this? It's kind of the opposite of the space is a black hole, I think. It's kind of illusory if you're with a black hole narcissist, Woo-wee, boy. Gurus are not offering that they are not just merely an event horizon. People like Osho or what's his name? Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh and many others, Eckhart Tolle. If you're ready, which means if you're miserable enough, you're going to hear what they're saying quite simply. Really, if you've had enough ego death, then now you need something that sounds familiar, that is your real essence of what can even listen. Is it your awareness? Yes. Like, this is all you can be, and then we're going to talk about it. See, and I mentioned Osho and all of them, Krishnamurti, they're not gathering 30 to 300,000 people on their sites and monasteries for no reason. They are gathering those people for a profound reason. If just suffering and misery isn't the obvious, I mean, people are being set free into no more of that, you know. And this is the important thing, they can pass it on to others, maybe. It depends on what's going on in their area. You know, where they're at. Do people acknowledge enlightened people? See, this is the thing that I'm going through. And it's like, well, are you people being responsible towards your enlightened people and the shamans? Like, this is about acknowledgement, saying basically, no, this person set me free. You want to be set free? Over there. See the mountain? See the rock? Go there and mention the name, and other people will know. The guru is over there. Go and sit with it. Sit with it! Some gurus are better than others, right? Really, you should pay attention to who comes in your life. Every single one. They talk about this moment now is your teacher. This entire life is a process of going through these moments that will teach you. And pretty soon, you know, I can't believe that people don't know astrology and they're just going through life so haphazardly. Don't you know that there are seasons that we are going through right now? Try not to be a drag on some other people that are rising up. If you're just a mind and you're trying to find a raft, let go, will you please? Be there for something else other than your mind. Go to the truth. Go to God. I say it like this because there is a part of humanity that is just, you know, Mother's Day and waiting and being patient, and it's really a farce. We are fucking fed up already. It's time to move. Let's go. Mars in the middle of ARiEs. This is the fucking drill sergeant. Just saying, man, we fucking light that fire under your ass. Here's what's going to happen, you see. Oh, man, this is what has to happen. I don't know. I'm sorry if I sound gnarly, but like if a major Earth shift goes on or some fucking thing is announced, what happens when Mercury goes into Taurus is a lot of talk about it. There's going to be a lot of talk about the Earth. There's going to be a lot of talk about Taurian things. Otherwise, where are we going to go with fucking Mercury and Taurus? I can't wait for everybody to just switch over to fucking talking about the weather. Let's talk about how much chemtrails came in today. And that in Southern California, on the West Coast, let alone, you know, going to Hawaii and what's happening out in the Pacific Ocean with weather control, what they're spraying the population now with, the stuff that disappears, the planes that are actually lower than what they look, and it's a chemtrail plane, but it's not staying. You know how, God, there's so many different kinds. The kind that disappears is the most latest. It's what they test over here where they're doing SpaceX and everything else. And it's no good. 100%, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure. If you take a teaspoon of that shit that they're spraying that goes clear, and it has fallen out to the very ground, and the sun is such a weird color. And I don't doubt it's interacting with the fact that our eyes are going weird because we look into these screens all the time, you know, a lot of us more than others. And no, there's a chalk in the air. And that's not because of weather or mist or haze. No, they're spraying something and it's falling out and it's going eye level. It's Piazzu electric nanoparticulate matter and all kinds of different stuff. No. They are spraying something very, very bad. I hate to tell you. And you can see it. You can feel it. But now look at other people. You can just tell. It's a fucking... They're in... It's bad enough that that's happening, folks. Are you taking care of yourself, babes? Where we are at, as far as the organism crying out, is saying, stop, 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 anesthetizing yourself in just a mentality that even denies it. See, I was talking with somebody today and I just bombarded her with all kinds of information. And what ended up, you could see it was just the mind shuts down. They don't accept. They don't even say, oh, possibly that's an interesting sci-fi movie. But no, I mean, if they say that, it's just really they're not doing the research. Just patent. There's patent machinery that can control your mind right now and your weather. And the fucking aurora borealis thing. I don't see what has. I think that they're trying to tell us is what simultaneously might have happened is that HARP was testing. And if you look up what HARP means, HARRP, somewhere it says something like heliographic auroric field something. So anyway, don't forget they're gonna try and put something together in the sky that either advertise your toilet paper or yeah, talk about your latest Christmas deal. Or just put a spaceship up there, like so. Look. No, if anything, babes, they're messing with the very fabric of outer space, the plasmatic field, and they're getting into the perception of people. Um, I don't doubt if it was both. See, you know, some of it looks natural, some of it looks unnatural to me, anyway. Um, I'm not interested in talking to anybody on Facebook or um, private messaging. Probably because what I'm going through in my personal life with what I'm pretty sure is lower vibrational frequency just needs to raise up, and for the life of me I can't do it. You know, they say you can't tell people something that they're not ready to hear, and you know you have to watch out right now for the energy of people. Um, just like I said, they need a raft, and it's hard to tell who's who because the tables are turning. If you haven't noticed it, 6 months ago, whatever you were fighting and blah blah blah. Now the tables has turned. It's like, oh no, actually, because it felt like that you weren't winning and that you were wrong and going crazy and everything. No. It's apparent that they're all fucking insane. They are protecting themselves with a system that will say, fuck yeah, we'll protect you because I know this is ready. Yeah. How did they get it done? Money. I don't know what the hell has just got into me except for, it's like, you know what? Raise your vibrational frequency. Try to be there for people. Not when they're down, but when they're up. Say, hey, fuck, because this is what I experienced, babe. You integrate yourself based in the upness of life, not going down, babe. When you're a healthy person and you go down, you don't more and more you don't want to associate. But what you see with narcissists, fuck, when they get sick, literally, when they get the flu, that's like, oh, they're gonna get up. Oh, I can't miss tonight, Friday. It's the movies, and I'm gonna go. And they're fucking seething with a fucking 104-degree temperature, and it's like, oh, really? Yeah, really? Yeah. You guys all go out and get each other sick because you can't fucking just spend a little time alone, especially when you're sick and slow. Like, especially because I'm sick, I can't go be alone. You people are wrong. Okay, getting back to drill sergeant Mars. heading through Aries. Don't have to look through May because it's going to be in Aries the whole time through May, okay? And these people, I don't know if you know the Mars and Aries people. First of all, they're sexy as hell because there they are. They're just like, whatever, you fucking people sitting around, and they go and whatever they're doing. A lot of them are very athletic. It depends on the placement. You have to watch out. But if they're conducting their energy, it's like, man, they are, they're admirable. They are just like an eagle in flight. Of course, Aries alone, wherever you have it in your chart, you got to look. It's where you have that kind of pioneer, independent, very individuated pioneer. You can't have anything on you. You just want to move forward if you're a leader, and if you're a good leader, really, what's the saying about good leaders? But really, the experience for me is like, okay, you always reach back and say, do you get the information? I'm going forward. Because it's not really any good for the Buddha to become enlightened and then not say, excuse me, wow, you guys don't see through the illusion yet? Well, this is about where we've gotten in my experience thus far, based on my autobiography, having sacrificed this much of the shitty world. You don't need it. Say goodbye to it, please. You don't even know why half of it or fucking 3/4 of it is there. It's a complete mass distraction system. Keep you away from your real beautiful life. You want to talk about Aurora? Come on, babe, this place. Is it coincidental? I mean, why didn't the satellites go down? Oh, they have technology that keeps the satellites up. No, that's technology in the air right now that's saying, hey, how can we create a sky advertisement and make them believe something about it? Let's get the collective to think something. Now, how do we get them on the train of spaceships coming to town and that there's a war about it? Maybe, oh, it happened in the ocean and then they set up a bomb or something. See, a splash happened. Man, we are at war with aliens now. Hunker down. And it's really just, don't you remember they put 60,000 satellites up and they're now projecting using heliographic auroric field? Or come on. No? Maybe. Welcome to Shauna's Sci-Fi. That's what we'll call it today. Thank you for sitting through this one again. Ooh, what is it? Well, I'll tell you what it is for me. I just figured it out. Just went, bam! I have Saturn at 17 degrees Cancer. And it's kind of cut and dried in the house of the home, Cancer. And I need a lot of love in my life. That thing, Mars squares Saturn, in your chart. See, I already have an awareness about Mars square Saturn. If you have a Mars square Saturn, especially if you're a woman, but in general, it's difficulty with the masculine aspect. And any squares are really actually pointing at lessons learned that have to be learned. These people know something about the aspect of life, an aspect of life dealing with Mars would be men, lessons, anything that has to do with Mars, really, the physical too, the physical world. In my case, let's look at it. What day? This is something I'm coming up with right now in front of your face. I'm like, oh, Mars is going to be squaring my Saturn. It's not an opposition. It's just a humbling square, and it happens. Okay, Thursday, Friday. I'm being fucking picked on. You can see, like, if you have that and your dynamic, and this comes up like this, and because it might not feel right. It's kind of a bummer of a time. And it's a sign. See, Mars is the men in your life, especially for women, but the same for men. It's your your sex drive, your physical energies, energy, and um, Mars. So if it's out there doing a transit, it has to do with influences coming in. So there it is. It's happening. It's like you know, I'm a rise above person. This is why we do astrology. I mean, what can work with us for us because we do astrology is that we rise above it. We know. See, I'm here. Here I am, 49, and by this time we have been through enough like cyclic things, Saturn return, some Uranus things going on, changes, whopping us down. Although a Uranus conjunction in opposition is just once in 80 years that this happens, and it's profound change. And so what I'm saying is astrology helps us breathe into and operate, on a spectrum of experiencing, waking up more and more. It's possible to just say, well, no, not today, because we're doing this, and avoid a lot of bullets, coming at you. And it would be better for me to work on something now than at the end of the week, because by the time Mars hits my Saturn, I'm gonna be talk about a fucking drill sergeant. If that's just me personally. That's what I'm feeling now. It's like, why did I get so? I'm just pulling up. I'm trying to pull up on this. Babe, I'm looking at something that is. I'm midway through my life and I don't really have this problem. I'm about to fucking cry. I was trying to talk in the beginning how there's a feminine side to even men. And if that side is denied in them, which is their sensitivity, their intuitive ability, their sensitivity, empathy, emotionality, if that's being pushed down and dissed, they are, if you can imagine, very lost, right? They need that to help them, and they need to honor it in themselves. And if they don't have that honored in themselves, they're going to need it woken up in them if they want to be next to the feminine. Now, but my main thing is that the main thing is you can't. The world is being, the world is designed to snuff out the feminine. And women are being treated like shit. I feel it so much that I am sick and tired of it. I'm 49 years old and like, you know what? Nah. See, I don't have this life that you think that I'm just trying to be. No, I was always just being purely aware. Fuck men and women. Okay? I think both men and women can become just simply purely aware. I was never impressed with any of both of them. I was like, why can't they just drop it and play together and also play with the truth and say, look what I found, and then bring it up? I think that it's a vacuum between them both. They don't even include reality. They don't have a fucking reality. It's just pure awareness. That's what I'm saying. Both of them are capable of becoming purely aware. Imagine that.